It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our first distinguished plenary speaker of the day. Our first speaker, Professor Abirlal Mukherjee, a globally recognized academic researcher, education innovator, and thought leader in the field of digital education. Professor Mukherjee currently serves as the chair of the Universal Digital Education Initiatives, UDEI, and as the president of the Learners University, institutions dedicated to redefining education in the digital age. His scholarly contributions have been truly pioneering. He has introduced several emerging interdisciplinary domains into academic discourse, including viromemology, virolinguistics, digital andragogy, and internet west studies, fields that reflect the dynamic intersections of technology, communication, education, and digital culture. His academic engagements extend across the globe. He serves as working group chair at the University of Helsinki, Finland, and has been an invited researcher at Pennsylvania State University. He is also associated with the Indian Institute of Science as a language expert and has previously served as an AI and education fellow at Stanford University, contributing to cutting-edge research in artificial intelligence and educational innovation. Professor Mukherjee's leadership extends to several prestigious international organizations. He chairs the Digital University Ranking and Association of Digital Universities, the Digital Education Forum, the Association of Andragogic Research Networks, the Digital Humanities Alliance, the Alliance of Internet West Studies Network, the Alliance of Internet Linguistic Studies Network, and the Indian Internet Observatory. His commitment to digital governance and educational development is equally noteworthy. He is an active member of the Internet Society Bangalore chapter, serves as the organization and fellowship committee of the Youth Internet Governance Forum, and has been an Indian School of Internet Governance Fellow, an ICSSR Doctoral Fellow, and a Teach for India Fellow, where he has also contributed to the Fellowship Selection Committee. Academically, Professor Mukherjee holds postgraduate qualifications in digital education from Birmingham University, City University, United Kingdom, complementing his rich experience in interdisciplinary research and global educational leadership. His remarkable academic journey exemplifies excellence, innovation, and a steadfast commitment to reshaping education for the digital media. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now proud privilege to invite Professor Abirlal Mukherjee to deliver his plenary address. Sir, we are honored by your gracious presence and eagerly look forward to your insights, which are certain will enrich our understanding of the evolving relationship between technology, education, and humanities. Professor Mukherjee, the virtual podium is now all yours. Thank you, sir.
Good morning to everyone. Thank you, Dr. Manish, for the kind introduction. We'll start today's discussion that will focus on digital education, technology, digital andragogy, the rights and access. The title of the talk, if you have observed, is Our Students Are Online. And when our students are online, uh, the classes are also shifting towards that, not only in Europe, but also recently in Asian countries as well. In India, if you have observed, if you are in, I think most of you are Indian academic, you have observed that starting from the central universities to all the leading universities, they are transiting towards digital education, digital degrees, like online degree programs. And UGC also started making their rules a little bit flexible. Very recently, Association of Indian University uh, like received thousands of equivalent certification for the online degree programs that students learned from abroad universities. For example, you know that a few years ago there was a huge debate about these edtech companies like Upgrad, Great Learning, who started providing for the first time as a pioneering company, edtech companies, digital uh, degree programs from Deakin University, then UT Austin, and other good universities as well. But UGC at the first go said that no, we are not going to recognize those degrees. But now, like flexibility is coming because they also understood that the time is changing. So I'll start my talk with Mark Prensky's a very famous line that our students have changed radically. Today's students are no longer the people our education system was designed to teach. And the line is very strong. The books that we are reading, the curriculum, like which we studied maybe 10 years back, is not relevant to the student who are learning today. And as the academic pioneers, you have to understand that point. Every day, technology is changing. Every day, AI is evolving, and we need to understand that we have to be a little bit like flexible. We have to also change with the technology. We have to change with the time, and we can't like rely on the old system that we have developed. And most of the universities, we are very happy to see that they are also understanding that and changing with time. So today's talk will help you to understand a little bit about digital education because what we hope that the keynote should set the stage for the entire conference, and you should have a ground level understanding at least of what is digital education, what are the areas that we have in digital education, and a few like thoughts that like you can also continue. Before we talk about digital education, a few terms is associated with that we should understand. The first very term is itself digital education. Then we have digital andragogy and digital pedagogy. Digital pedagogy is known to many of like you because pedagogy is a very common term, but digital andragogy is a little new area that came into picture a few years back. Uh, then we have heutagogy and we have cybergogy. So these are a few terms that you should have understanding of when we talk about digital education. Digital education, first term, we need to understand what is digital education. Digital education refers to the use of digital technologies, platforms, and different types of tools to facilitate teaching, learning, and knowledge creation. It's the very basic uh, like definition that we have. But sometimes we say that digital education goes beyond simply using computers. It is not that you're learning, having a computer and learning that is digital education. It also includes online learning environment that we create using different type of LMS, virtual classrooms, and multimedia resources, mobile learning, and interactive platforms that reshape how education is accessed and experienced online. Digital education involves different platforms that are going on for the last few years, like Google Classroom came in the early stage. Then Moodle become one of the most popular uh, LMS system that most of the European universities started using. Then Zoom also is used for this online learning system for the live interactions and classes for many years now in Indian higher education system as well. Live sessions are taken for the online degree courses on Zoom also. So these are like real-time interaction tools that are there in digital uh, classrooms. But we also have some like digital content that is a very important part of it. So it also includes digital content like videos. We have multimodal contents like ebooks. We have simulations. We have podcasts. We have AI-based learning tools that personalize education based on user needs and performance. There is a very quick example of Duolingo. If you know, that's a learning language learning app. If you open it, you will find that how they have customized based on the learner's needs. They give you reminders, they follow up for you. As per your progress, they also upgrade your learning capacities as well. I'm very happy to add here that IIT Madras also recently launched a course, most of you know, that is on BS program, right? Bachelor of Science in Data Science. And there they also very inspiring. They took this concept of like progress based uh, progress based modules you will get. For example, if you do very well in the last module, you will get the chance to take more modules and credits in your next semester. So this is how they have designed it, and that is very important for different types of students. And in digital education, the most important part that we focus on is the possibility of differentiation. That is, in a regular classroom, it is a little bit difficult to do. At different level, digital education transform both the pedagogy and andragogy, and it has the capacity. That's why most of the good universities are now focusing on the utility of that. Now, digital education also shifts the traditional classroom into a very engaging digital environment. It encourages collaborations using different tools and softwares that we have, and at the real time, people can interact with that. It supports multimodal content creation, learning environment using text, different modes. For example, multimodal means different modes are there, like text is there, video is there, audio is there, image is there. So multiple modes you can use for the content creation. And we are doing a very interesting study on learner satisfaction and the faculty satisfaction, which are very new areas we were trying to understand. And in that study, we found out that in most of the Indian and Asian universities, nobody cares about the faculty satisfaction as well. But in digital education, that is also a very important part, right? I will come to the next term that is mentioned on the slide. You can see that is digital andragogy. Digital andragogy is very simple. Andragogy is the learning strategies, learning pathways, and design for adult learners like college students, like university students. So, digital andragogy means when you are teaching the adult learners, what are the strategies, what are the techniques and designs, content you are using. So, those things we call digital andragogy. Digital pedagogy is very easy to understand. Pedagogy, it's for it's for small kids, school kids maybe, who are not adult. So digital pedagogy means when you are teaching in school using digital tools and all, that is called digital pedagogy. So these two terms are very important for digital education itself. Heutagogy is a new term. Heutagogy refers to a learner-centered approach where learners determine what and how they learn. So the learner will choose what they will learn and how they will learn. Uh, a very quick example will be if you go to, uh, for example, University of Bristol. If you go to University of London as well, or King's College, maybe one of the colleges, you'll find they will provide you with multiple options that you can choose how you want to learn. You can learn online, you can learn hybrid or blended, you can learn distance, You're gonna learn part time, you're gonna learn full time, whatever and how you want to learn. You will choose. The course is same, the content is same, the degree is same. The fees are a little bit different, right? So, pedagogy gives you the options to choose how you want to learn and what you want to learn. The course has some flexible structure. Now, in India also, the concept came, like many universities are engaging with flexible curriculum where the student can choose any of the course in the syllabus uh, based on their interest. For example, the student can choose one course from semester 6, maybe in semester 1. So that flexibility is there. So you complete the module you want, but that is very like there are some criterias like prerequisite. Also, not all the time possible, because if you go to like Coursera, you will find that courses are locked and some courses are having prerequisite. Some of the modules you can do without prerequisite. So pedagogy gives you the liberty, not entire like liberty, but you have certain liberty on what and how you want to learn. And that is very much possible in digital education. And you have everything ready, because what happens in the regular classroom, uh, since taken by offline and by teachers in the classroom, it is not always possible that all the classes are ready and going on simultaneously. But digital platforms, digital environment allows to give that opportunity that everything is ready, all the courses are ready. You just come and join whatever is relevant for it. Next term, the last term that we need to know is the cybergogy before we talk further about digital education. This is a new term, I am sure, for most of you. Cybergogy is a very, very recently used term, and it is a framework combining cognitive, emotional, and social aspect of learning in online environment. So we had a brief idea about a few like terminologies very frequently used when we talk about digital education. Next, we'll talk about the learning modes and environments that we have in digital education. These are important to create the base knowledge for the people dealing with digital education. And most of you know these terms. The first one that is important is called e-learning, and but we need to know the differences a little bit. E-learning refers to learning that is conducted by electronic medias. E generally refers to electronic use by electronic medias, typically on the internet. So you need the internet, you need some electronic media for e-learning. Blended one, blended is both the traditional and the e-learning together. So you have the face-to-face traditional learning teaching with the digital learning component. That means e-learning. So e-learning plus traditional learning is our blended learning. Online or virtual learning refers to fully internet-based, uh, without any physical classroom. The learning takes place in uh, online learning. Mobile learning is very important. The concept has a background, I will tell later. Mobile learning means that the learners are using mobile devices for learning. Here, mobile does not refer to the distance learning. Mobile here refers to that you are using mobile phones to learn, because recently we got a huge data that it's actually we don't need data for that, but most of the learners are learning using mobile phone. For example, school kids, college students, and that comes when we question about the accessibility. Uh, when we talk about digital education, it's not that everybody can get it. It needs multiple things together, multiple financing things together. For example, you need internet, you need device, you need the fees to pay. And when fees, when I mention fees, it is huge. If you go to any of the good university website, they will charge you like like foreign universities, if I talk about, it will start almost to minimum with like 10,000 European pound. If you go to Britain, it will be 10,000 GBP each of the degree courses, like master's courses. That is the minimum. Like I am saying, it can range to 37,000 GBP. Uh, and in US also, you will find like a huge amount of money they are charging for online degree programs. So accessibility is not that much there, but yes, free tools are there. Some Indian universities like Mizoram University, then Aligarh Muslim University, uh, they are providing like very reasonable fees for online learning as well. So you can consider like those courses if you are interested in learning in Indian universities. So mobile learning, the topic what I was discussing is that most of the learners still in India, Asian countries, uh, African countries, they're learning using mobile phones because they don't have the luxury to have a high-end laptop system. Uh, the last term is e-learning. That is, that simply means that learning can happen anytime, anywhere using any type of devices. So it is a device independent learning system, like where you can learn using any kind of devices at any time. And that is only possible when you have some like LMS, which does not need any system requirement. So you can learn using mobile phone, you can learn using laptop or any other type of devices. So these are the learning modes and environments that we have in digital education. Next, briefly, I will discuss the digital ecosystem that we have. Like, what are the environments that we use? We have majorly three environments that we use: the LMS system, the MOOCs, and the uh, virtual learning environment. These are the three systems. Uh, LMS, that's learning management system. It starts with WordPress plugins that you can simply install on your website and create the LMS system, or you can use like a Microsoft Teams as well. That is also a very common LMS system that many universities use. MOOCs are massive open online courses provided by Swayam and all Coursera. And for them, they develop their own like LMS system. Coursera has its own LMS system that is developed. Like Swayam also has developed its own LMS system. And virtual learning environment refers to a digital space where teaching and learning interaction occurs. So VLE is a like generic type of term that we use for the digital ecosystem. These are the digital skills and digital literacy, particularly digital literacy, uh, and very important to know the differences between them. The three terms that I have mentioned here will help you to get a brief idea about the differences. Digital literacy, media literacy, and information literacy. Uh, these three are a little bit different. Digital literacy is something like the ability to use digital tools. So, for example, I know how to use uh, maybe website, maybe the LMS system. So that is my digital literacy. I know how to like join a forum online, how to discuss with others, how to submit the assessment, and that is the digital literacy, the ability to use the digital tools critically, ethically, effectively. So that is the digital literacy. Media literacy is understanding and analyzing the media content in digital context. So, for example, let me give an example. You have joined a Coursera course, maybe MOOC course, and then you went to the system LMS, and you are easily you can just like watch the videos, then go to the next one like that. So that is digital literacy you have. But the content that is presented here, if you can't like interpret them, if you can't like understand, so that is somewhere media literacy is not there, right? So media literacy is that you are understanding the multimodal media present represented or in the courses. So that is media literacy. The last one is very, very important when we talk about information literacy. Information literacy comes with knowledge, comes with uh, information as well. So it simply means that the information that is served to me is correct or not. So the ability to locate, evaluate, examine, and use information effectively. You know that online is like a very dangerous space, like multiple like information you can find on same thing. So which one is true and which one is not? If you can examine that, then you have the information literacy. You will be served with multiple information online, but information literate person can uh, like see we don't know everything, right? So what we have to do, we have to understand the how to verify the information. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to even verify the information online, because wherever you are going to verify, that may also have certain like bias, that also can have some references to the false news. So like it's very difficult to verify something online nowadays as well, right? The correct source is not defined. If you search, for example, let me tell you, you found something very strange in your classroom, right? So your teacher is teaching you, you have a doubt like, is this information correct or not? And that is maybe a very recent an event happened, and you want to verify that. So you thought that let me search on GPT, chat gpt. Now chat gpt you searched. Now chat gpt also referred to the same website that the teacher also used for teaching. So it will say, okay, it seems very correct, it seems right. But being information literate, you failed to verify the correct information, because the internet information sometimes are having so much of biasness. So, but you have to develop your information literacy uh, to at least like what I should say, verify the information online. Right? So you should have that ability at least. Next thing that I will like discuss is the emerging concepts and trends in digital education. Multimodal learning. Multimodality started like with the emergence of movie, emergence of like drama and other forms of art as well. But when it came to internet, like we saw reel videos and all these things also are multimodal in nature. Now, if multimodality is consumed by people, it simply means that we are having multiple modes. For example, a reel video, it has a text embedded, a sound embedded, a message embedded, right? Some voice embedded, and some caption embedded, the keywords, then hashtags, right? So these all are making it more like consumer friendly. Who are the consumers? The users on the social media, for example. Same concept is applied to the classroom. Uh, since we have this type of modes, we can maximize and make content using those things to engage the students, to maximize the participation as well, right? And make the classroom engaging. Now, how these things are used now, we are recently in a discussion with our Symbiosis Dubai campus to develop a course where like we can teach the teachers to create certain short films and storytelling element using AI's video making tools. So what we are trying to do, we are embedding different types of modes. For example, you are teaching in a classroom, but you are like not like in like a traditional classroom, like coming and starting and doing things, everything you are doing. No, you are coming and engaging in between the classroom, like a class, and the content is designed in a way that it has a very smooth flow. And uh, using those storytelling like animated videos, we are making the classroom, for example, it's very interesting. I shared one post on LinkedIn as well. So there is animated video in the entire, like about the entire class. and like there are pauses when the teacher will intervene and like give certain insights. So it's a very good flow of the class, like students like that particularly generated our AI generated uh, that storytelling animated movie. It will interact with the students, it will talk to the students, and in between the teacher is coming and facilitating. So it was very nice like project that we are discussing. Let's come to the next term that is used here, that is the gamification. It's going on for for years now. Gamification is pedagogic element, but also used for andragogic, like classrooms for some of the classrooms, not all the classrooms. So it is using gaming elements. Coming to the next one, adaptive learning. This is very important, and we had a very good discussion at King's College London. We are thinking about to make use of the adaptive AI technologies. Adaptive AI means AI will learn the user. For example, we have 30 learners, so AI will predict the performance based on the like last few days or last few weeks performance that the student has done or the group has done. So it will do in two ways. It will be in the user level or the student level, and also the batch level. So each batch the AI will start studying the students or the users, and it will adapt itself to help us differentiate in the classroom. So adaptive AI is a very good concept, recent concept, and we are trying to use that in digital education as well. Learning analysis, it's a data driven approach for the digital education where we collect data also. That is very difficult for the traditional classrooms, but now having this technology is very helpful for doing this learning analytics, where we collect the data for all the batches, and this adaptive AI what I discussed, these type of technologies also help us to improve the classroom, not only the teaching environment, but also the multimodal content and student and faculty satisfaction as well. The last very important emerging concept is open educational resources. For India also was very thoughtful about that. They made one country, one subscription, just because they wanted these open educational resources. Uh, this simply means that the resources online, not everything is available to the learner. If I am citing something, or if I have the subscription of a newspaper, for example, the Hindu, if I have the subscription, then I can read certain articles online, but you may not be able to go and read the same article, though I have cited that, right? So open educational resources is the idea that if we are teaching online, we also need to make sure that we have more and more archives, we have more and more open learning resources for the students where they can simply go and have that. And the cost behind that may be taken care of by the institution or where you are learning exactly. Uh, like we can't say that everything should become free at a time. uh, it's not possible, because there are multiple private stakeholders who are keeping this kind of resources restricted, right? But that's a concept that is emerging now, that educational resources online should be free and there should not be paywalls as well, right? A few critical perspectives that you may also think. The first one is digital education for all, and that's also part of the Sustainable Development Goal 4, right? Quality education for all. Now, this very strange thing that you may know that digital education is not available. If you think that I'll do a degree course, I'll do a certification course, you have to like pay also for that, right? And if you want to learn from YouTube and these kind of open environments, that's completely fine. You can do that. But if you want to have a formal learning from a institution, you have to go through a lot of process. You have to meet the eligibility, you have to pay the fees, right? And then also like there are seats are like some universities are not like they will take, they have a huge intake, they don't do that, because though it's online, but until the technology is that much developed, we also make a limited cohort for the batches. For example, UT Austin, we only take 30 students in a batch, though it's online. uh, Indian universities like Aligarh Muslim University and Mizoram University, they take huge students in a batch, but that is not the ideal system. And we find very much systematic failure for that. But digital education for all is a concept where we think about making this digital accessories like laptops, mobile phone, at least a mobile phone, to all the learners. All the schools should like have the computers and the internet connection. Internet society like is working to make it like at least spread the literacy that internet access should be there in all the areas, particularly the rural areas. So this is one of the like biggest challenge that we have, and it has multiple layers. For example, if we give a mobile phone to a village school student, and we hope for digital education is going on, we are very much on the track, then it's not true, because it also comes with the internet fees, right? Internet charges, it comes with electricity, it comes with many other elements that may not be like just giving a mobile can fulfill, right? So it's a multi-way process that we have to work, that we are trying to work. Electricity should be there in the villages. Then the devices, at least mobile phones, should be there for the learners. And if there is one mobile phone in the house, you know that it will be very difficult for the learner to learn. At least maybe somebody from the house will ask that give the phone, will call, right? Some other person will ask, like a young kid will ask that give the phone, will play games. So there are multiple challenges in making digital education for everyone. But yes, uh, we are seeing a huge rise now. Connectivity and connectivism, like same concept, connectivity, how much internet connection that we have created, how much like we have reached people through digital education as well as internet. But the happy part of it is now 220 million people like enrolled in the MOOC courses till now. And the very like it's not a very sad part, but like it also shows that the purchasing power and also the excess of digital education, that 70% of these learners from 220 million people are using mobile devices to learn online. Participatory culture, digital learning should not be a solo learning platform and solo learning environment. We should have a participatory culture, and that is where many of the learning initiatives fail. For example, in countries like India, when we just introduced the like online degree courses, we we are hugely in the process to develop student engagement. Now if you join these degree programs, you'll find that teacher is coming and just giving the lecture, leaving it. uh, some students are sleeping, some students are playing games, some students are not listening at all. If you cold call, the students are somewhere else. Some people like are camera off. Okay, camera off is also acceptable, but like if the student is listening, right, in, for certain reasons like internet access and all, we can say that okay, it's fine. But these are hugely happening, and that's not a participatory online classroom. Digital divide and rights, like education for all, we are now thinking that digital education for all should come also as a like educational right, and that is hugely appreciated, and many countries are focusing on that part as well, including India. So we are happy that our country is also progressing, but it will take time. Like we should not like blame and find ourselves very guilty of like not developing that much as Europe, because our institutions are just stepping towards digital education, and like they are doing very good. Some universities are really doing very good, but they need some time maybe. And the best part of it is that Indian universities as well comparing themselves hugely with the international universities, and they also are stepping their foot like towards the international education. For example, you know that IIT Delhi opened campus in Dubai, BITS opened campus in Dubai, then Symbiosis, Amity, they are also becoming international brands nowadays. Ethics in EdTech is like something like very important. And why it's important? In the recent years, we found that many EdTech companies emerged, though they have done very good. We cannot say that they have done something very wrong, but they are the pioneers in India. We'll say that who started this like collaborations with the good universities to give the digital education programs. Though there are certain concerns raised by UGC and UGC and Association of Indian University is not going to allow those degrees, but EdTech company, the bad part of it is they have much ethical concerns. For example, the partnership they do is not properly regulated by the Indian agencies, educational agencies, and controlling bodies. The second part of is it the quality of the admission is something like we need to think about. The third part of is that the uh, uh, fee structure. Fee structure they are charging. That is like, though in comparison to the offline and traditional classroom is low, but still it's huge. And the fourth ethical concern that we have for the edtech companies which are running these degree programs in India as well, uh, that is they don't inform the system failure that they have. For example, if you learn from them, you will not get equivalence in India, right? You may not get equivalence in Europe sometimes as well, because Europe also the verification agencies who verify the degrees, they have certain rules, like the degree should be at the same time recognized by the awarding institute and in the country where you are studying, right? So these are a few like ethical challenges I mentioned for the edtech companies in India particularly. Policy interventions, we need to a little bit think about that also when we talk about digital education. We have certain policies which are very like vague, kind we will say, by our governing bodies like UGC. And like, for example, if you do a online course from like University of London a few years back, it could not be recognized. Okay. So what is wrong in that? Like nobody knew. University of London is the university in the model. The first three universities in India are like established, right? But Indian UGC is saying that we will not recognize a direct online degree. You don't have any mediator or edtech company in between. If you do a direct course from University of London, it will not get the equivalence in India. And what is wrong there? Like that's a big question. But now, recently we called, like I called personally to Association of Indian Universities. And I asked them like if a student is doing that, like why, like what is the like main point that you are not giving the equivalent certificate for them? And they said that things are changing now, and they will give, maybe they will consider uh, if it is directly done from the University of London or a good university. So policies are like, some policies need to be changed with time. Some policies need to be a little flexible. Like you cannot like simply ruin somebody. For example, another thing I am telling you, dual degree programs are now allowed for the UG and PG courses, not for PhD. But a few years back, some student who did that, right? Uh, their jobs are like I know one example in Delhi. One school teacher like was like her job was taken because she did like B.Ed and masters together. So somewhere I think these are should be case to case based uh, like final decision should be taken, not like you have done that before our regulation came and you can't do. I think this is some, it should not be applied everywhere. Some legal process, it's fine. But for education, if, for example, if you have done 12 degree programs, there was no rule at that time, but you are coming with the same rule now and allowing others, and you have ruined the career of that person. Like, that's very bad. So policies in education, particularly in India, are a little bit like need to be improved and mature with time. But yes, for a country like India, why UGC and Indian University are a little bit skeptical, because people are tend to do like many things in India, and which like are not always acceptable. So since we have a huge like population and we do multiple type of things, so it's like normal to become a little bit skeptical. Beverages, but still should consider certain areas, certain policies. Uh, Unfortunately, this is over for this year. We had one publication opportunity for all of you, that is on digital education for all. It was Q2 journal by Emeralds, but sorry, the deadline was June 15. So this year it's closed. Maybe next year we'll open it again. Uh, it's a good publication opportunity that we had. We had one dedicated specialist by Emerald, and you could like publish here your paper if you had something on digital education. Now, what is the structure that we are building now? We have universal digital education initiatives that we discussed with UNESCO. We're working with UNESCO now, and this is the main body that we are like building for digital education. UDI, the short form, and under UDI we have the Association of Digital Universities, Association of Digital Education Institutions, Association of Digital Education Providers, Digital Education University Ranking Framework, Digital Education Forum. So these all comes under UDI, Universal Digital Education Initiatives. And we also have one dedicated university that is maybe the for the first time we are trying to do is like fully digital university, though we have a few like government initiatives as well now we can see, which is like completely digital. They are also trying to build some institutions which are completely digital. In Kerala also, maybe there is one Kerala digital university or something like that. Also one more digital university government of India is trying to build. We are also trying to come with Learners University, the first digital university of India. We have Indian Internet Observatory and Association of Internet Governance Initiatives. These all are connected together for digital education. These are also a few things that we recently had. We had a roundtable discussion at University of Delhi, talking about how we can make a shared commitment for this digital education. We have also one opportunity at University of Helsinki. There is one working group that I currently chair that is on reawakening consciousness, pedagogies of hope, but we also focus on digital education there and participatory learning for transformative futures. This year, UDI, Universal Digital Education Initiatives, hosted its first conference, uh, which was like hosted by many universities, Barin Polytechnic, Christ, Mangaluru, Kalinga Institute, and the Learners University. Offline, it was there at Barin Polytechnic and Christ deemed to be university. So next year we'll have this conference again. So please like try to connect again if you want to participate in this international conference on digital education for all. Thank you so much for giving me the chance, Dr. Manish. I will end with the quote from World Bank and leaving you to think this, that technology alone cannot transform education. It must be combined with effective pedagogy and human support. So, yes, thank you so much. Think more about faculty satisfaction and student satisfaction at the end of the degree or the program.
Thank you very much, Professor Abirlal Mukherjee, for an exceptionally enlightening and intellectually enriching plenary lecture. On behalf of the organizers, the World Association of Authors and Researchers, SKR College, Barbigha, Munger University, and all the participants present here, I extend our sincere gratitude for sharing your invaluable knowledge and expertise with us. Your lecture has provided us with a comprehensive understanding of the rapidly evolving landscape of digital education and has challenged us to rethink the future of teaching and learning in an increasingly technology-driven world. One of the most valuable takeaways from your address was the thoughtful distinction you drew between digital education, digital pedagogy, and digital andragogy. While digital education refers to the broad ecosystem of the technology-enabled learning, you eloquently explained how digital pedagogy focuses on designing meaningful learning experiences through technology, whereas digital andragogy emphasizes learner-centered approaches tailored specifically to adult learners. These distinctions are of immense significance for educators and researchers striving to create inclusive and effective learning environments. Equally thought-provoking was your discussion on heterogogy, the concept of self-determined learning, where learners become active architects of their own educational journeys. In an age where knowledge is abundant and continuously evolving, this paradigm encourages curiosity, autonomy, critical thinking, and lifelong learning, qualities that are indispensable for both educators and students in the 21st century. Your reflections on cybergogy further broadened our understanding of digital learning by highlighting the cognitive, emotional, and social dimensions of online education. As virtual classrooms increasingly becoming integral to higher education, your insights reminded us that effective digital learning extends beyond technological platforms. It requires meaningful engagement, collaboration, and human connection. What made your lecture particularly inspiring was your ability to connect these theoretical frameworks with the practical realities of contemporary education. Your presentation has encouraged all of us to view technology not merely as a tool, but as a catalyst for transforming teaching methodologies, expanding access to knowledge, and fostering innovative educational ecosystems. I'm confident that today's plenary session has provided every participant with fresh perspectives and practical insights that will continue to influence our teaching, research, and academic practices long after this conference concludes. Professor Mukherjee, thank you once again for your remarkable scholarship, your visionary ideas, and your generous contribution to this conference. It has truly been a privilege to learn from your expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you all to join me in expressing our heartful appreciation to Professor Abirlal Mukherjee. Thank you, Professor Mukherjee. We wish you continued success in all your future academic and professional endeavors. Thank you very much.